Stephen A., remember when Mills Lane, the old ref, had his judge show on TV? His tagline, it was a great show. His tagline was, "I'm not final because I'm right because I'm final." You know, like the buck stops here. This is the law and this is the rules, how it's enforced. And you know, might makes right, kind of. That's what John Mara is saying here. You know, and I'm a Giants fan. The Mara family's been a great football family. But he's basically saying, me and the members of the Rules Committee, and we've all talked about, you know, like the very similar backgrounds, shall we say, of almost every single NFL owner. Like, why is there such a lack of diversity at the ownership level? It's tied to the fact that, you know, why is it almost all old white guys at the ownership level? Because they're intrinsically better at making money, or because of the history of our country, right? And they also reflect an older point of view. They're old men. I got to say that I'm not reflexively against the idea that the older generation has things to teach the younger generation, or that the kind of puritanical traditions in this country that say be reserved emotionally, don't be demonstrative and everything, doesn't also have some value, right? Like, I'm not just reflexively saying, oh, he's just this old white guy who's out of touch, right? Like, I'm not just saying that. However, you can want to promote sportsmanship or your idea of sportsmanship without taking the life out of the party, without taking the air out of the room. I mean, Muhammad Ali, the most famous and celebrated athlete who ever lived, was accused of the same stuff in the 1960s especially, but even in the 70s, right? Did the fans like it or not? Was it popular or not? Like, I understand sometimes people say, well, it's mean-spirited. Okay, you want to legislate against that? Maybe it's not. Maybe you just aren't used to it. I think that especially what you saw when LeMay took like 5 guys for a 10-yard run on his back and broke all those tackles, if he lets his opponent know it, I beat you in that moment just for a second, to hit him with a 15-yard penalty after he picked up 14 yards for that is an unnecessary, self-inflicted wound. And after prefacing it with all I said about Mara, he seems simply very out of touch.
My initial response was to say something along those lines. They're out of touch. I love to see the celebrations. I love to see all of that. It's theater. It contributes to the authenticity that comes with sports that you can't find anywhere else, et cetera, et cetera. I also was sensitive to it because I've often complained about how we'll see guys, for example, fighting, and the world is in an uproar if it's football or basketball players, but in hockey for decades they accepted it. As a matter of fact, they lamented when it dissipated dramatically in terms of the fighting. So I thought that folks were hypocritical, just as American citizens from time to time. And when Mara said what he said, I was inclined to go in that direction, Max, Jeff, Molly. And then I took the liberty of looking at the makeup of the competition committee. And I don't know what it was. I harkened back to an article from last year. I imagine the committee is relatively the same now. But I remember guys like not just John Mara, not just Stephen Jones, Ron Rivera on the competition committee, Mike Tomlin is on the competition committee.
Ozzie Newsome.
Ozzie Newsome's on the competition committee. Again, I don't have the present day list in front of me, so if I'm wrong about any of those names now, forgive me. But I looked at the list of names. There's diversity on the competition committee. And then when you read about it, it talks about how the committee's deliberative process takes into consideration the input of experts, clubs, players, league committees, the NFL Players Association, et cetera, et cetera. So when they come to these conclusions, they're not some monolithic group standing alone, making these decisions devoid of any input whatsoever and devoid of any diverse input whatsoever. And then I think about what some of my friends always say to me. There's a difference between celebrating and taunting. And so when you take all of those things into consideration, you can understand where owners, where league officials are coming from. Here's what the only thing that I would say without, I don't want, thinking about it, I'm not going to insult the committee. I understand where they're coming from. We have an obligation to be as respectful and as fair-minded as we possibly can be to understand why they draw some of these conclusions. What I would say, however, is all I ask is that you take the fans into consideration. And what I wish is that there were not these hard, fast rules, and instead they used their discretion when appropriate. You got a game and it's intense and dudes are going back and forth and what have you, and a dude makes a play like, you run over somebody, or you catch a pass in his face and jump over 3 defenders, or you get a big time hit and you cause a fumble, whatever it is. You understand? And it's a game-altering, game-changing moment. You don't turn around and compromise the potential outcome of the game because Tyreek Hill was waving goodbye to a dude he blew past en route to a touchdown. You just don't do stuff like that. You don't take an outcome. You don't compromise an outcome at that because of something like that. As long as they're exercising discretion, Jeff, I'm good with it. I just don't like it when dudes that ain't playing come down hard on these guys. You're asking them to be intense, go all out, do everything they can to maximize their potential for the benefit of the team. And they do it, and because they celebrate, you overreact and penalize them for it. I would hope that the National Football League doesn't become the no fun league because they're too excessive with that.
Yeah, preach that. I think when both of you talk about our game, I want all the fans to realize how hard our game is, right? For me to take another man who's 350 pounds and he and I are battling and I get my hands inside and I drive him and I put him on his back, I should be able to celebrate that. That is not something that every person can do on this planet, and I don't do it very often. So when I do, I want to be able to celebrate it. When a running back carries 5 or 6 guys 10, 15 yards and finishes, I don't think him looking back and getting hype is taunting.